coming today, I'm looking around, seeing a lot of City of Lansing dignitaries, including the Mayor of Lansing, some City Council members. I probably missed a few. Senator Stabenow has just arrived to participate in today's event. LEAP is here, LEAP's team with Bob Chazais. And I see a lot of the business community, business owners that surround here, and neighborhood leaders. So thank you for coming today to show your support. We're very excited to share this announcement with you and celebrate it with you after we do it here. So I can't remiss M3 and Gillespie Group for putting this together and making the rain stay away. So thank you. Nice job today. So one of the questions that we're most often asked is, why do you focus on Lansing? What's your passion for Lansing? Why do you do so much down here? And it's a really easy one. Most of our employees, we have 85 people on our team at Gillespie Group, and most of them are from the region: Fowlerville, Charlotte, Lansing, East Lansing, DeWitt, name it. And we have a deep passion and commitment for this area. Most of us have children that we want to stay in this area. And as we've watched, we made a conscious decision about 12 years ago to focus our energies in Lansing, because we were watching our nephews and nieces and cousins and neighbors graduate from college and leave Lansing and never come back. So our passion is selfish. We want to be able to be near our families, and we want them to feel that it's a cool, hip place that they can stay in. And I think we're making a decent difference every day, and we're hoping that today's announcement helps move that forward even better. So 10 years ago, this summer, the Stadium District project came online. So it was 10 years ago. So what does that mean? 10 years ago, there was no Stadium District. The Stadium District was created. And the district itself, we said, hey, if we could do something, if we could call Cedar Street to the railroad tracks, from Michigan Avenue to Shiawassee, the Stadium District, wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool to focus on this area, on the riverfront, and build bar restaurants and entertainment and housing and office and retail? Well, we've done a lot in 10 years, and we're excited to talk about that just for a minute to celebrate what has happened. So there's a lot of folks that committed to us very early at the Stadium District building. If you could raise your hand, they were guinea pigs. Lansing Chamber of Commerce, Convention and Visitors Bureau, Fifth Third Bank, Diversified National Title, Big Coffee. So this was a vacant parking lot on Michigan Avenue, and a lot of people said, who's going to live on Michigan Avenue? It's too noisy, there's not really a market. Without their commitment to leasing office space and opening their businesses and bringing jobs down here, the Stadium District never really gets started, and we're not at this point right now. So thank you for your early commitment and sticking around. So after we got a taste of the Stadium District and figured out that maybe people want to be downtown, Prudent Place apartments, the Outfield apartments, Marketplace apartments, a few hundred apartments have been occupied, built, developed. We opened Marketplace apartments, the last phase, in April a couple months ago, and as of last Thursday, they're 100% leased and full. So there's still a market for downtown Lansing. In addition to the housing, there's been multiple bar restaurants, there's been a brewery, there's been 2 distilleries open, so this area is growing. The momentum that's been created here at Stadium District has been fun to watch and fun to be a part of. And that's why we're here on this site today to announce what's coming next. So with all the activity that's come, we're missing some stuff. And I think we all hear it. Where's the grocery store? Where's the hotel? Where's the other things that can happen? So on this site, on the corner of Larch and Michigan, extending all the way down to the railroad tracks, a building right along Michigan Avenue, as you can see, it'll have a 37,000 square foot Meijer urban market. So let me tell you a little bit about this market. They opened one today in downtown Grand Rapids, and it's very similar to Lansing, where they hadn't had any urban grocery stores. Theirs is a 37,000 square foot grocery store, and it's not called, Meijer is the operator, Meijer is the owner, and they will do the same job they always do, which is first class. They figured out a way to bring fresh fruits and vegetables and groceries to downtown Lansing, and it will not have the Meijer name. In downtown Grand Rapids, they call it the Bridge Street Market to help celebrate the neighborhood it's in. In Lansing, right now they have a placeholder name, and it's called Capital City Market. That may change, but they're very excited to help celebrate that it is in the capital city. Detroit was announced 2 weeks ago, or 2 months ago for Meijer, so today's announcement is the third urban grocery store, urban market for Meijer, and we're very excited and proud to be a part of Meijer's portfolio. So there's 3 gentlemen here from the Meijer's team. Could you raise your hands, guys? So I'd like to Mike Kinsel, Frank Guglielmi, and John Van Fossum. If you could see them today and let them know how grateful we are that they've made a commitment to Lansing, I'd really appreciate it. And of course, the train will come right on time. So a lot of people ask the question, boy, you must have worked for years to get Meijer. You must have rolled your sleeves up and went to town. So over the last 10 years, I think we've called every grocery store known to man 5 times, and they all say no. One day, out of the blue, probably about 8 months ago, my assistant texts me and says, the VP of real estate for Meijer's just called. He wants you to call him back. So I called him and said, hey, can I convince you to come downtown Lansing? I got some sites I'd like to show you. He goes, I know, I just drove them. They're nice, I want to be in Lansing. He said, I already know where I want to be. He said, the corner of Larch and Michigan. And I said, great, but the site we have is only, it's a gas station site. And he said, well, buy the rest of the block and we'll come to Lansing. So it was easier said than done, but that's a different story. But we were able to do the block and work with the neighbors and put a deal together with Meijer. So we're very excited that they're coming here. The next announcement we'd like to make, one of the other things people are asked about is how come there's not more hotels downtown Lansing? So there's going to be another hotel, 120 to 140 room hotel. Concord Hospitality Services out of Raleigh, North Carolina is our hotel partner on this. And they will actually be above the grocery store. So their folks will have a 9,000 square foot lobby, bar, restaurant on the first floor and a 120 to 140 room hotel. It'll be a nationally flagged brand, and they will roll that out in about 60 days. So wait for more information on that, but that will help service the Lansing Center, MSU, so it'll bring a lot of people and energy to downtown Lansing. So we have the grocery store, we have the hotel, and we have 36 apartments. And people ask, well, what's going to be different about these apartments? What kind of amenities? There's only one amenity we need to talk about. You can walk down your stairwell from your apartment and go into Meijer's without going outside. So I can't think of it. Some have swimming pools, some have clubhouses, but that doesn't get any better than that. To come get your dinner, your beer, your vodka, whatever your flavor is, you can make it back upstairs. So I would like to tell you a few details about the project. It's about 4.15 acres, and we bought this original site from the land bank. Eric Schertzing is out there somewhere, Ingham County Land Bank, thank you. And we had to assemble 20 different parcels of dirt. Not one of them was for sale. So I'm looking around the audience here, there's quite a few people that I got to know very well. We had a lot of collaboration meetings and meetings about, would you like to sell your business? Would you like to sell your home or your garage that you've owned for 30, 40 years? And I just want to let you know, there's a lot of unsung heroes in this. I get to stand up here and take credit for this and talk about it and share it with you. But without this group of people working with us and trusting us and sharing in this vision, this doesn't happen. And they're out there today and they're not getting recognition, but I'd like to recognize them today. A couple of the folks, Jim Brogan owned a tire store, for darn near 40 years, and he was ready to retire, and he wasn't sure, and I think we spent 2 years talking with him, and he said, this is best for Lansing. We showed him some of the plans, and he said, I want to be part of Lansing's rebirth and growth. So Eric Schertzing, thank you very much, helped us with the gas station and a couple of the vacant houses that had gone back on bad taxes and unpaid. So thank you for your trust in us. I know that was a commitment on your part to do that. Last but not least, Ed Carpenter. Ed, would you mind coming up here, please? So there are unsung heroes out there that go amongst us every day that we don't recognize or know about. Ed Carpenter is one of those people. Yes, he owns Gillespie's. Yes, he's owned Gillespie's for how many years?
Since 72.
Since 1972. He had to move when the ballpark came in, so this is his second operation in Lansing. He owns Peacock Tree Farm, so many of you probably get your Christmas trees or your pumpkins from Ed, have your wedding out there. So I was getting pretty anxious to develop this corner when we just owned the gas station. And I was getting some pressure from different folks at the city saying, you can't just sit on that site, you need to develop the mobile station. So I put together a 24-unit apartment plan with a little bit of retail on the first floor and brought it to Ed and sat down with him, and I thought he'd be real excited since he owned the building next door and it would make his land worth more money. And after about 5 minutes he looked at me and held his hand up and he said, Pat, that's the dumbest idea I've ever heard. And he said, you should be thinking bigger. You've got one heck of a corner, a whole bunch of underutilized real estate around it, that if you are patient and you go to work, you can do something big and something grand. And I think Lansing deserves that. So thank you for the lesson and the motivation to keep going.
Let me share with you what this really means to me. I came to work at Gillespie's. We was across the street, just a three-man shop, and I bought the building in '72. But when I came to Gillespie's, Michigan Avenue was a small little community. We had a dentist, a clothing store, clock shop. It was just a little Michigan Avenue community. Then it kind of went dark with all the stuff that went across the street. Then the ballpark came, and there was a time when my customers would not be seen walking down Michigan Avenue back to the Capitol to go to work. We had to take them because it was so seedy over there. Now, at 11 o'clock at night, I see families riding their bicycle around. This will be another great development to watch a city grow and achieve what Lansing is. It's a great day. Thank you.
So one of the best parts of this project so far has been getting to know people like Ed and having a lifelong relationship, so it's fun. One of the next challenges of this site is, due to its history of automotive repair and petroleum products and gas stations and car sales, it's heavily contaminated. So don't light a match right now. No, it's really bad. So we have quite a bit of work to do. We have quite a bit of work to do with the DEQ, the MEDC, the City of Lansing Brownfield Plan, and LEAP to work on incentives to help clean up the site. But once we're done, this site will be clean and stuff will stop leaching and moving in different directions. So that's something we're very excited about as well. This project, when it's done, will have a positive ripple effect that we don't even know about yet. The Michigan Avenue corridor we've been talking about for years. If you look at this site on a weekend, which I've done many times, I sat out here on a Sunday and there's no one. Imagine 1,000 people, 2,000 people on a Sunday going to a grocery store. Imagine 200 to 300 in the hotel, and then the residents coming and going. What a difference on a Sunday it'll be down here. What a difference it'll make for the coffee shops across the street and the new bar restaurants that will be open. So I think there's more announcements that are probably imminent in the next 12 months that we're excited about. So thank you for coming out today. So there's one person that needs no introduction, but I'd like to set the table before she talks. Where's Senator Stabenow? So I don't know if everyone here knows it, but Senator Stabenow started in politics at the as an Ingham County Commissioner in 1975. Think about that. She's a U.S. Senator now. I mean, it took me a minute. That's a long climb. So what that means is she understands Lansing, she understands Michigan Avenue, she understands local politics. She understands what economic growth means, she understands what new jobs are, and she understands the Brownfield Plan. In fact, she just taught me about new market tax credits and what's the other?
Good food fund.
Good Food Fund to help grocery stores encourage downtown. So we've been able to count on Senator Stabenow for every one of these developments. She has stood by our side, she has supported us, and she's been an advocate, and better yet, a friend. So we thank you once again. It's not a surprise that she is here to support this project and its importance to Lansing, but she really understands it and gets it. With that, I'd like to announce our United States Senator from the great state of Michigan, Senator Debbie Stabenow.
I've lived in Lansing my whole life as an adult since coming down to Michigan State University, raised my children here, Lansing Public Schools. I have to say I've never been more excited. Mayor Shore is doing an incredible job, Pat Gillespie, the partnership with Meijer's. In order to have a quality of life, we have to have access to healthy food, fresh fruits and vegetables, food in the city. And then we have to have the opportunity to bring folks in with a hotel. We have to be able to expand our small businesses. So many exciting things are going to happen because of this development.
I am so proud of you guys and what you have been doing and working with the mayor, Andy Shore. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, thank you. And thank you, Myers, as a person who is a customer at the West Saginaw store. You know, now I'm going to be able to come downtown and do this. So thank you, Myers. Thank you. I'm just really excited to be here. I actually was in DC. We've been in all of August. We wrapped up yesterday afternoon, and I literally jumped on a plane to be able to come home. I usually do that on the weekend. I'm not sure what day it is, Mayor. Now it's Wednesday, I'm not sure. But I jumped on a plane to come home to be here because, you know, I love Lansing. Lansing is my home as an adult. Since coming to Michigan State University, go green. All right, now I know I'm home. Okay, so but I've lived here my whole adult life. Raised my children here. They went to Lansing Public Schools. I love this community. And when Pat's talking about, and we're talking about the ups and downs and the challenges that we've gone through, to see things come back around because of entrepreneurs willing to put their own capital, their own risk, to see the great economic development efforts, the neighborhoods involved, everybody coming together to say, we're going to make this happen, I think is really extraordinary. And so I'm here to say congratulations, to continue to lend any support that I can. From where I sit, I look at a variety of things that we're involved in economically, including the airport and the ways we've been working to continue to strengthen opportunities and resources through the airport. I'm so glad I was able to get the continuation of the direct flight to Washington, D.C. so that we continue to have a flight. And I have no personal interest in that, though, whatsoever. But we have so many assets from being the state capital, from Michigan State, and from the incredible dedication of people who love this community and have hung in there in every possible way to make things happen. So, you know, I love the fact that there's another hotel. I don't want to tell you how long, this has been way too long before we've had another hotel. And we need a whole complex so we can bring in national conventions at the state capital of Michigan. That's what we need to do. But it's very exciting to me as well to watch folks like Google and eBay look at Lansing. You know, Google said we want to do a small business entrepreneurial effort, and we brought them in, connected them with Lansing Community College. eBay coming in. I mean, we're on the map, is my point. We are on the map because of all of you, because of the fact that we love this community, and we are going to continue to do everything possible to grow and to flourish and make this the place that we want, not only to raise our children and grandchildren, but we want others to come and celebrate our capital city. Congratulations.
So the next person also needs no introduction, but I'll set the table there. He's been Mayor Andy Shore for 8 months, and he's already off to a great start. I met with Mayor Shore probably in his transition period a couple months before he became mayor, and we went to sat down and talk about what we wanted to see, what he was looking for, and it was obvious he was a pretty focused guy, and he was focused on a grocery store. So I think even at that time he said, you've done a lot of stuff, when's the grocery store coming? And he was not joking, and I didn't realize until that time that he spent 4 years in the legislature, and he spent a year and a half on a bill to help support urban grocery stores or grocery stores in general. He sponsored the bill, and he got the bill passed, I think about a month before he left office, so he was talking the talk. Now as a mayor, he's able to walk the walk, and that's a pretty cool thing. A lot of guys aren't able to do that, and we thanks for your support. Your team has been great putting this together. Happy birthday, 40th birthday to Samantha Harkins from Mayor's Aid.
So we have announced in the Stadium District we are going to have a capital city market, a major grocery store. It's going to be run by Meijer. On top of that is going to be a hotel, because the other thing we hear all the time is that we need more hotels and more capacity, and some housing as well. So we're checking off 3 boxes at one time and making a major announcement that we're going to have a grocery store where people can come and shop and get their groceries. We're going to have a new hotel and some housing where more people can come and live in the downtown and in the Stadium District. So very excited, and just can't wait for all this to begin.
My staff gave me notes, but I told them don't bother. We have been thinking about this moment for 3 years. So I'll tell you a little story. I won't take too much time, I promise. The sun did come out because today's a great day. It's a great day in Lansing. Probably about 2.5 years ago, I'm on the House floor, and a young staffer comes over to me, and she says, I swear, she says, hey, I work for you, but you're my state representative. I live in the downtown of Lansing. And last night, I just wanted to get a tomato and an onion and make a salad. And I had to get in my car, and I had to drive all the way down Michigan Avenue to get that tomato. And it really got me thinking. Of course, they like to joke with me, but it got me thinking. So we looked up, a variety of incentives, and we said we need incentives for grocery stores in urban areas where they don't have it. And there's a variety of reasons. You need it as food deserts for people who don't have cars or can't afford a car. You need it for young professionals who want to come into a downtown like Lansing, and they want to just be able to walk and get their groceries. You need it for so many reasons. It does so many great things for communities. But I want to recognize that young lady because she's in the crowd. Emily Schwarzkopf is here somewhere, standing in the front in the green dress. And because of that conversation, we put in a bill. And because of that, we worked on that bill, and a year later, we passed that bill. It was signed into law, actually, after I had resigned and took office as mayor. It was signed into law, and now we have incentives at the state level for grocery stores. But Pat's not wrong. I think we got elected on November 8th, and I think on November 10th, we were in with him. I was still exhausted, and we were in with Pat and his team talking about grocery store. We said, hey, you're one of the developers who supported this. Now you walk the walk. You talked the talk and said this is something we need. Now you walk the walk. And to Pat's credit, he said, I got something in mind. He was already thinking about it. So this is fantastic. This is incredible. I want to recognize that we have at least 3 of our city council members here, standing over here. Patricia Spitzley. Jody Washington, who maybe say that this is the first ward and this is her ward. And Peter Spatafor, who also just got elected with me. This is a partnership. I'm ecstatic to be here as the mayor. I'm ecstatic to be the mayor, but this is a partnership. We're all jumping in with both feet. And the 2 things that I hear most, especially in the downtown, the Stadium District, is we need a grocery store, we need a hotel. I hear it over and over again. I think Eric Lacey put something on his Facebook page not too long ago and said, what do we need? And like 9-10 people were like, grocery store, grocery store, grocery store. And I'm watching this, and I wanted to weigh in, but everybody else did, so I didn't have to. It's real. You can feel it. Everybody who's standing here. I have like the biggest smile on my face. I'm so excited for this effort. I will only have a bigger smile the day that we open the store and I come in and I get to buy something. My wife actually said, you're going to a press conference today, bring me back some bread. I said, I don't know that we can do that today. But I will do that on the first day it's open. I'm ecstatic. I'm actually going to look at my talking points here, see if I missed anything. You know, you're not wrong. I got a text, I'm at lunch, and I get a text from Mayor Bliss, who's a good friend in Grand Rapids, and she texts me a picture and says, "We're opening the Bridge Street Market today." And I texted her back and I said, "We're declaring ours today." She's a little ahead of us, but it's nice because we have a model. We have a model. My team and I went to Grand Rapids in January. We saw the building that came down. We saw the building they put up. We saw exactly how it was going to be structured. I know exactly what it's going to look like. You know, this is so exciting. You're going to have, right on Michigan Avenue here, we're going to have bays that are opened up. We're going to have, it's like a market. This isn't just a Meijer, this is a market. This is what people have been asking for. We're going to have tomatoes and oranges, and you're going to have all the fruits. You're going to have the fresh cheeses and everything. You're going to have the beer and wine section, which was pretty good in Grand Rapids, I have to say. We're going to have all of these things. Pat and his folks thought of it all, and they're testing it in Grand Rapids. So Grand Rapids gets to be our tester, and whatever went wrong there, we're going to get it right here in Lansing, because that's what we do. So I'm going to end there. I was in the audience, and I had 3 different people grab me and say to me, "Lansing's time is now." And I thought, hey, that's what we've been saying for 8 months. It really is. This is not, you know, we're looking to do this in the future. This wasn't me sitting with Pat and saying, at some point, can you do this? Lansing's time is now. We have seen so much work. When Senator Stabenow says to me, "I remember what this looked like 20 years ago," you know, she's right. And when we hear about that, we have seen incredible progress. But we are not done. Our time is now. We are going to continue to grow. What you're saying here is going to be awesome. And what you're seeing throughout the Stadium District is going to be incredible. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Pat and the team, for all that you're doing. This is going to be awesome.
I think our time here today is about done. I'm looking at the rain clouds coming. So thank you all for coming. We have a celebration of progress. We have food and we have beer and we have drinks. So please stick around as long as the weather allows, and meet your neighbors and celebrate together with us. So thank you very much for coming. The grocery store's got us excited. 37,000 square foot Meijer urban market along Michigan Avenue. Right now there's a pretty big food desert here. Not a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables affordably in the area. So this is going to fill that void, and it's going to fill it in a big way. So local businesses and neighbors are going to be able to walk down here and get it all affordably and efficiently.